Change starts with a decision. No more excuses. It don't have to make sense to nobody else but you and God. Everything that makes you you is why you're so important. Your strengths are the keys to the doors that, guess what? Only you were meant to open. We're going to use this 30 minutes to get some stuff done. We're not wasting no more time. There's so many things to do, accomplish, and to grow and build. You don't have to do everything on your own. Join us every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. We are not moving forward to this next level in doubt or confusion. This is not it. This is Penny Owens, founder of Penny Owens LLC, a leadership empowerment consultancy where we are on a mission to empower professionals, small business owners, and corporate teams to live and lead in their authentic purpose, starting with the hearts of leaders and expanding to their teams, environments, and the communities that they influence. Hello, welcome. This is Intentional Tuesdays. I'm glad that you're here because this is the start of season 5. That's right, season 5. It's going by quickly. But if you were here last week, then you already know that it's going to be a little different this week. Not playing with you guys. We have things to do and things to expedite. All right, so I'm going to make sure that everything's working real quick, because it likes to be very interesting. But, all right, everything looks, I'm not sure about that one. But for the most part, everything looks good. I feel like these cameras off a little bit now. Do you guys remember what today's topic is? If not, I'm going to let you know. Let me just move this stuff in the way so that you can hear me. Today, we are going to be talking about the power of community and collaboration, togetherness, because you guys, anybody who knows me knows that that's where I'm coming from. That's where we all need to be. This is not the time to be alone. Not at all. Now, let me make sure I can see the comments because that would be helpful. I just want to make sure that I can hear you guys and see everything. Now, like I said, today we are going to talk about how building strong, meaningful connections accelerates empowerment and the impact. No one should have to do this on their own. And there's plenty of people, if you allow them to help, they're right there to help you. So you bring them in and you use each other, you build each other up, and it makes a huge difference in how you impact each other, how fast your growth is, how fast your learning curve is. Everything moves a little faster if you don't have to do it by yourself. There's too often that we just think, because I know, because I want to, I got this. No one can do it better than me. But I'm just saying, but you'll be surprised how many people actually can. There's plenty of people here to share the load, and people that are skilled or passionate about any one thing that you are able to do. You do not have to do it on your own. Now, this reminds me of a gentleman who, when he's really when he stepped into his leadership role and his position, he was, on it. He thought that success meant that he had to do it by himself. A lot of us do. But he worked hard, he pushed forward, he carried every burden alone until he got burned out, which happens to a lot of us. When you are always doing things on your own, there's no breaks. And we think that the harder that we work, that just comes with it. We automatically go into the sacrifice portion of building something, especially if you're building from scratch. You feel like you can't afford to stop, to slow down, to take a breather. You're like, I got to do this. I'm behind the curve. I have a whole lot of things I got to do. But it is very important that you make sure that you take out time for yourself, for your sanity, for your peace, for other priorities that are important to you. Because yes, as Success in any area takes off, whether it be a new job or a new business or a new level within your business and company, wherever you are, when you are about to hit the next level, it is going to pick up. It's going to take over more time in your day, and it's going to take more time in your life. So you want to make sure that you get the necessary peace, rest, time for the learning curve, time to reprioritize, to reassess. It's your responsibility to make sure that you are healthy and capable of that next level. Yeah, we get very, very excited, like, okay, I'm about to level up. This is good. This is great. You don't understand. A lot's about to come your way. So you want to enjoy the time that is moving a little slower. Don't complain, because it's going to pick up in a minute. But the time period before you hit your next level, slow it down intentionally, because it's for you. Who else is going to take care of you but you? Now that part, there's some solidarity there. You can take care of yourself, but you don't have to work and do everything else alone. There's plenty of people that can help you in any area. Burnout is real, and I'm sure you know someone or somebody's, several people that you've seen this before, where they work hard. You think that it's a great thing. You admire some of the things that they do. You look up and you're like, how in the world do you have your hands in so many different places? How are you in so many different rooms? How do you keep yourself together? There are some that maybe they have a healthy routine. They'll stay on top of it. And then there's others where you're looking at them like, I don't know how you're doing it, and it doesn't look like it's going too well for you personally. If they allow you to see that part, a lot of us are real good about fronting in public or in the necessarily rooms, especially when you're a professional, where you put your poker face on and you don't let anybody see any quote unquote weakness. But if you are close to those people where you can see them, they're one way right there at the conference table, and then as soon as you go into the hallway, they look like they want to cry. They want to sit down. They want to take a nap. They want to pass out. And that's the truth. But when I say that the burnout is real, it's real. But there are real tactics and strategies to make sure that you don't fall apart. When God has trusted you to handle a lot, believe me, it's a compliment. It's not that you're just so good at what you do and you just so fly with it. No, you are being trusted to be in that position, to be in charge of those people. And it takes a lot. There's a lot of responsibility. It's not easy at all. I'm not taking that away from anything that you're doing. But the truth of it is, imbalance is imbalance. And if you are not making sure that you're balanced, then you're not. That's all it is. Then you're not. And you don't have to do it alone. Because if you don't know how to sit still, yes, God doesn't. He knows how to make sure that you sit still. So before you get sat down, please do it on your own. Do it on your own. Now, this homie, I said that we can relate to this particular story, because it's a lot of us, especially if you're in leadership roles, you just automatically assume that you're supposed to work until you fall apart. That is not true, and it's not healthy. So you really want to make sure that you change that mindset for yourself, because it's definitely going to go down and it's definitely going to take you with you. So just make sure that you don't do that. Now, it wasn't until he came across like this opportunity with people that he actually trusts. If you have people that you trust, then do so. But he had an opportunity to collab with people that he trusts, and it changed everything. He found a community that he believed in his vision. Like, they actually had been paying attention to him. They heard him, they were listening, and they believed in what he was doing. He spoke life into his own purpose when he was able to share with other people. It starts in your mind, but if you don't share it with someone else, then you don't even know how many other people maybe feel the same way that you do. How many other people did God sit that thought in? We think that, yes, it's our dream. We see it ourselves. So I'm the only one that can see it. While that part is true, while the things that you are seeing and dreaming about, the stuff that's moving your heart into a certain direction, only you can see, you're not the only person who has that dream. God distributes vision amongst his people. Why do you think there's so much commonality in different areas? It may not be exactly yours, but do you really think that you reinvented the wheel? No. There's several people that he has blessed with this responsibility because you're not supposed to have it on your own. You may have your particular role, your part in this larger picture, but it's just that. It's your part in the larger picture. So don't be over there putting your nose up because he biting off my idea, like he listening too close to me, or where she get that from? I know she might have heard me talk about it. That's not true. Have you guys ever seen where like you're about to have a baby and you're going over names, you pick something, and then you find out like 20 other people may have gotten and that within that same year or two? Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but it happens. He puts visions in multiple people, and it's a good thing. Believe me, even if somebody else sees something or has a thought about something else that you have thought about, they can't do it like you. They're not going to have the combination that resides within you, whether it's your thought, the way that you choose to do things. So chill out. It's okay to share. Let somebody else play with the toys. It's going to be all right. I'm just saying it's going to be different because you're different. You're truly one in a million. So stop tripping. It's all right. I'm just saying. But you're not the only person who's going to have that idea. Look how many burger places we have. It's still just a burger. I'm just saying. That's an example. It's going to be all over the place and it's all right. Because once you start this work, like once you really start getting into it, you want other people to understand the direction of where you're trying to go and have faith in themselves. They can keep up the pace with you because you do not want to do it on your own. I don't care what you say and what you think. Right now, that's real cute. You want to be by yourself. You want to build this from scratch. I hear you. I've been there. But once it really starts going, once you start really laying those bricks in that foundation, yeah, you realize that you're not so much of the octopus that you thought because you can't answer the door. You can't greet folks. You can't be in the kitchen. You can't be building the foundation. You can't be rolling the film. Like you just can't be in all the different places. You're going to need a team. So when this gentleman finally found his place, that he was with trusted company with his dream, and he started to see how different it was, how easy it was to come up with new ideas, to start organizing his thoughts and implementing them into like real-time action. It's because he had help. Until he had help, he had no clue that this was an option for him. Have you ever done that? Have you ever just stuck to your guns and you held it all together by yourself and then you had somebody just come along and, hey, do you need some help? Can I offer some service to you? And it made a difference. Like the project that you have been working on finally got finished because you allowed somebody else to help you? Or did they say something that you had been kind of seeing all over the place, some breadcrumbs? Yes, burnout is real. Thank you. KT, thank you. See, that's why I'm glad I looked down because I can see it now. But did you actually like have a conversation with someone else where they're stimulating different thoughts in your mind that you had maybe considered or you kind of played with a little bit, but not until you actually got to hear it out loud, like coming towards you versus coming out of you, did it make sense? Lord knows that happens to me. I'm actually blessed to be surrounded by some smart people, some pretty actual intellectual people. And the stuff that comes out that I get to hear, even if it like triggers like some type of thought that I had before or something I was afraid to really go deep into because I'm so busy trying to stay focused. I don't even have no time for no new thoughts. But when I'm listening to them, it connects the dots. It really is like connecting A to B, and it makes a big difference because it's like, I don't know why, but until you started talking, did it make sense? And now that it makes sense, I feel like there's a lot of work I don't have to do anymore, trying to figure it out, trying to expedite the research and, that whole process of learning and everything. I feel like I got it. Like your expertise, your wisdom, your maybe even failures or mistakes, because it's a conversation, it's flowing way better than actual experience. There are some things you just don't want to go through. You just don't. But I'm just saying, but involving someone else helps you to expedite that whole learning curve. It really genuinely does. And I'm telling you, let them in. Listen to others, speak with others so they can kind of not just validate what it is that you're saying, but make some stuff make sense, like just bounce it off of each other. If you're around people that you can't trust, like if you genuinely feel like, I don't like anybody, there's no one that I can trust with this information, then homie, you need a new circle. I'm just saying, there's a lot of people out here. Maybe you shouldn't recycle and repeat. You should just be dropping folks off. I'm just saying, there's a lot of different people and options. So let's just try something new, someone new, somewhere new. If you're stuck, it's because you're not moving. I'm just saying, why are you not moving? Just freaking move. Now, that was a really long introduction, but a really good one. So I'm excited. But yes, welcome to season 5 of Intentional Tuesdays, where weekly intentions are reset and refreshed. We do this on purpose, okay? Some of y'all waiting too long. We're going to do this every week because we have things to be in alignment with. We need to reignite our purpose. We need to just reignite that fire because there are things coming. There's things that need to be done, and you don't have time to be confused. I don't want to be confused. I'm just saying, God's not playing with me. He's not playing with you. Yeah, intro. It was moving. It was just moving. But I'm just saying, we want to make sure that you understand that during this time and this next season that's coming up, you need to know exactly who you are and what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Period. You don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it alone, but you want to do it boldly and just understand who you are. I'm just saying, so buckle up because we're not cruising this season. We hitting turbo drive, okay? I was about to say I'm about Tokyo Drift, but that doesn't really sound American. No, this is a national show, so we can say that. But we're about to hit this, and we are about to expedite transformation, purpose, and impact. Today's intention is to embrace the power of community and collaboration, because true empowerment happens when you connect with others, when you contribute your gifts, and when you grow together. Because I'm just saying, this is not the time to be by yourself. Today, we are going to dive into three important things that you need to know about collaborations and why it's very, very important for you to utilize them to amplify your success. Because I'm just saying, we're not trying to do this by ourselves. So, point 1, identify that I can't do it alone belief. Like I just said, at some point, I think we all are here where you just think no one else can do it better than me. You lose trust in other people and you just really feel like, you know what? I don't think I want to keep gambling with something that's important to me. Like it's emotional, it's hurting my feelings. And I'm just saying that it's okay. Get yourself together and stand back up. Okay, yes, it hurt. It got on your nerves, whatever. But don't be triggered from here on out. Like don't allow disappointments or quote unquote failures to take over your mindset, a space in your heart where it truly blocks you from continuing to move forward. I'm not saying that it didn't hurt, that it didn't get on your nerves, that it wasn't a disappointment, that it wasn't just flat out betrayal. It was. I mean, you was there, I wasn't there. I'm just saying it was true. And what? Now what? What are you doing next? I mean, there's some things I can list that you can probably do next in a lot of those situations. I won't, because I'm not trying to, encourage you for anything negative, but you can definitely move forward. It happened. Some folks red flag them. Okay, I see how you moving. Let me not forget this. But whatever the situation is, take note of it. See how you felt, how it made you feel, the thoughts that it made you have, and then you keep moving. I'm just saying, you keep moving. I didn't say that it's not what it was. It was disappointing and it hurt. But now what? You keep moving. A lot of us get stuck. We get our feelings hurt. We get disappointed in other people. Situations didn't work out the way that we wanted them to. And then we just kind of stop. We don't want to keep rolling the dice and taking a chance on getting hurt or disappointed again. If you don't cut it out, I'm just saying that's a part of life. Accept it. And acceptance is one of those things that a lot of us have problems with. I know I had a lot of problems with it. I was more hopeful about many situations than accepting them. Sometimes, depending on what the situation is, you can waste a lot of time trying to be hopeful. I'm not saying to not keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. But there are certain aspects or characteristics or just there's certain variables that may be permanent. So while you sitting over here waiting for them to change, what are you holding back? What are you not moving forward because you're waiting for these things, these people to change? I don't know your situation. Why'd you ask me that? I'm just saying, figure it out for yourself. Just figure out, are there things, and definitely pray. I tell everybody, pray about it. Pray about it. See how you feel. See see how it comes to you. When you think about certain things, what am I holding myself back from that may not change? Are there things or people or situations in my life that I need to accept? Yeah, you thought I was going to actually wait for you to answer. I'm not. I'm not going to wait for you to answer because this is some private, intimate stuff that you probably need to go take a notebook and go sit in the corner, turn on a reading lamp. I'm just saying, figure out what it is that you need to sort through because there's some stuff. There's some stuff. No, I didn't even turn the sound on my phone. And then it's going to be loud and rude. But like I said, many of us, especially people that are in leadership roles, like the CEOs, they totally secretly believe that if they let somebody help them, it's a weakness. How many of you guys feel like that? Like if you let someone help you, that you're not as strong as you thought. Like you're not as big as bad and you think if you let somebody help you. I had that at one point. I did. But you best believe I'm just like, oh no, we can use some help. Come on, let's redelegate. Come on in. Bring all your tools. Like that's how I feel now. But a lot of people do think that if you let somebody help you, that is weakness. They think it sounds like no one's going to understand my vision. No one's going to see it the way that I see it. No, everyone is not going to necessarily see it the way that you see it. It's in your head. It's for you to bring out to life so that we can see it. So that's just a fact. And what's next? Show us. Don't quit. Bring that picture out of your head. And then more people will see it. Everyone is not going to understand. Accept it. That's just the fact. But that doesn't mean you stop bringing it. So you bring it, period. Period. Another thing that people think when they look at this is, I can do it faster if I do it by myself. In what world? I'm just saying, in what world? It could be something simple like cooking dinner. Yes, it's going to get done by yourself. But if you have somebody to help chop up some vegetables and prep, why do you think restaurants run so smooth? Because they have several people there to do the different parts of making that meal. Everyone who cooks by themselves, when you know that you're the chef, you know that Thanksgiving meal, the way that lines up, the way you have to line up when you're going to start cooking and the cleaning up and reusing the pots because you're already using them. It takes a lot of time. Why you think you're hungry all day? Because it took from last night to start cooking and sometimes days before. There's a process. So while you can do it by yourself, it takes longer. It feels like it may feel as if it'll be faster if you do it on your own, but it's not. When you have the right company, when you have the right set of hands to help you, it moves faster. Now, if it's taking a long time, again, maybe you have to either train some folks or break up with them. I don't know. I'm just saying, but maybe it's just the people that's around you. And that's something that everyone and each of us should make sure that we look at. Are the people around me just not helpful? Oh my gosh. Maybe that's just the truth that you need to deal with to expedite your growth. I'm just saying. Because if that's what your thought is all the time, yeah, man, you need to change rooms. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why you feel that way, especially if it's consistent and time's going by and years, you still feel like that. You need to reevaluate your environment. I can't trust people to deliver exactly what it is that I want to do. Train them. Why are you so stubborn that you are not willing to train someone else to do what it is that you're doing? I already told you, no one can replace you. No one can do it the way that you do it. It's just a fact. But you can give people a chance to do it close to how you're doing it, to at least try, you can. And if you simplify the way that you do things just enough where you can get somebody else to mimic the initial process, just the initial process. Or if you just train them with something that maybe you don't necessarily have to trust them with, they just need to be able to be capable of doing it. It will move things faster. It really is. It will just start like an assembly line, whether it's digital or in real life. It will expedite the process because there are some things that I'm telling you, if you're honest with yourself, you don't care about doing, especially when business starts to take off. When you actually get to that point where you are doing a lot more because it's being successful, you can think about some stuff where you're just like, okay, this part feels good, but these items or things take a lot of time, or I need to simplify them, or I don't mind if somebody else is doing them. Like, just be honest with yourself. Take reassessments on a regular basis because life changes. The levels places that you are, they change. From the learning curve to expert, it changes. Everything that you're doing changes. So use your tell. So just think about it. Where am I at right now? Be honest with yourself and just accept whatever the situation is. It's okay. It doesn't stop life. It doesn't stop you. Just be honest about it and get her done and move along. Because there are going to be walls of protection built from past disappointments. I get it. You don't want to be hurt. But the isolation, it limits your impact. I mean, just think about it. If you were your best self in every area, couldn't nobody stop you. They can't tell you nothing. But when you are holding yourself back because of the potential of getting hurt, then there's a part of you that you're not expressing. There's a part of you that is still really, I guess, really kind of stuck in this protected space because you're not willing to take that risk. And anyone successful will tell you, you have to take risks. Every risk doesn't have to be detrimental, but you're going to have to take risks. And one of the risks that we're just trying with just not being hurt, it's emotional, but it's not physical. So you didn't lose an arm. Well, I mean, unless you did lose an arm, that might be different. Not that that's funny, but I'm just saying, I don't know what the situation is. That would probably hit a little differently. But there's things that you can do to heal, and there's things that you can do to overcome, even walking in that fear. Because once we realize how fear has taken a hold of our lives, what it's holding us back from at this point in this season, we got to get that out. We got to clear it. We got to let it go. Because you want to make sure that nothing is stopping you from being your best self. Not at this point, not at this level. So you want to make sure that you break that mindset. Just remind yourself, God designed you for connection and competition. Okay, that's what we all are here for. We're not here to be by ourselves. There's too many people here. It's just too much. Every person is assigned to a specific path that carries something that you need. When you come across people in your life, be curious. And one of the things that you can do, I'm telling you, even when you just think about all the people that we passed in a regular day that we never see, that we don't talk to, when someone crosses paths with you and they speak, they say hello, or they ask a question, even if they interject something, you pass hundreds of people today. So why is this one important? Why did this person see you and have to stop? Why do you feel the need to stop or to interact? Be curious. See what God is doing with it. Am I supposed to learn something? Am I supposed to teach something? Am I supposed to observe something? Are they supposed to observe something? because there's a reason to it. God uses everything. So just start being curious with your interactions, especially when you see the difference. You walk past hundreds of people, you drove past hundreds of people, and you never thought twice. They didn't even enter your realm of history, they didn't make it into your day, but it still happened. So when you interact with someone, be curious. If someone shows up for you and they're showing interest, that's a good thing. Don't get so nervous about it. Yes, you can be cautious, but I'm just saying they showed up. So there may be something in them that you need, and there's something that they can give you, whether it's wisdom, advice, experience, a mistake. There's something there. So stop being mean, thinking you got to do it by yourself. Now, the second thing that will help you in this place when it comes to building community and collaborating, let go of the independence. Let go of that independence, that thought, and change it and exchange it out with interdependence. You need to shift that thought from one to the other. That I have to carry it all. You don't. You only have two hands. So there are some things that you are automatically probably going to miss if your hands are full. If your hands are full. So be okay with accepting I can't carry it all on my own. Because I'm just saying, you got two. That's just easy common sense, y'all. Like, come on, let's stop making it metaphorically speaking. I'm just saying, you got two. That's it. So you can't balance it on your foot. We don't work at the circus. We just can't. So there's going to be some things you can't carry. Accept it. So make sure that the things that you do carry have purpose, that you understand where they're coming from and where they're going, what you're doing with them. Just saying. If you understand that when we lift together, we rise together. Start thinking about just 5 more people. You're sitting here balancing it, and think about if 5 more people came and helped you. How much further can you lift your load when you have help? So interdependence, it doesn't mean weakness. You know how much stronger you just got with the number of help? It's the complete different, okay? This is divine strategy. Even God is by himself alone, but he has a team. Anything that you read, angels, whether it's prophets or whatever God wants to use, the elements and things, there's a team with him. He's not doing this just by himself. There's a bunch of things and entities that he's delegating different rules and tasks and just routines and things together. So if we're in his image, even God utilizes a team, then you definitely should utilize a team. Just understand the purpose and what you're giving to them and let them help, because it does make a difference. It totally makes a difference. And it doesn't mean that you're being weak. Like I said, that is divine strategy. God uses a team himself. So when you collaborate, you understand that when you also collaborate, your blind spots become opportunities for partnerships. You start being honest about, okay, what is it that I can do? What is it that I need? So if you fill in the areas that you need, you no longer have the blind spots anymore, because we have 2 eyes. We are not spiders. We are not flies. We don't have all these different eyeballs all over the place. And so guess what? Some things now your mama might have some eyes on the back of her head. I'm just saying that's what moms be having. She may have some eyes on the back of her head, but you don't. I'm just saying. But there's blind spots in what we can see. So when you have a team that's on the same page as you, they are in your peripherals, they are behind you. That eliminates more areas as far as weakness goes. The partnerships. You ever seen when they a kumbaya circle, everybody holding hands? It's like a gate. Everything can't just come in all willy-nilly, and everything don't just flow out all willy-nilly when you are together. Okay. Ow, hit myself right now. But together, your gifts, they also multiply. Like I said, with the conversation, when you are talking to other people and stuff just starts making sense, when you are using your gifts to work along somebody else and you see their gifts working along yours, they usually complement each other. Yin and yang, like I said, filling in those gaps, any voids, they're strengthening any areas of weaknesses, like they're playing off of each other. it makes your gifts stronger, because anything that you were missing or that you needed more work on, the other person probably has. So if you have a team of multiple people around you, just in your inner circle, your friendships, your family, just, just the people that you keep and you utilize on a regular basis, your gifts are going to connect in such a way that you would feel stronger. Like, don't keep yourself separate. Like, well, I can't do it. No, you can't. Okay, we're good. We got that part. But allowing someone else to do that, to help expedite where you see yourself and what you can do, like, so that you can start practicing more with your gifts, you need other people to help you there. When other people can fill in, the gaps in between, the gaps in between from where you are, you get to also level up, because you're not stuck trying to figure out this area that was never meant for you. It was never meant for you. So you let somebody else figure that. Now you can step up. You let somebody else figure this one out. Now you can step up. So it really helps just being able to utilize someone else. Your mission, it accelerates, because the unity attracts momentum. Because like I said, it fills in the gaps, and now you can close it. It fills in the gaps, now you can close it. It fills in the gaps, now you can close it. So you don't spend a lot of time doing what it was that you would have been doing on your own, still trying to research, implement, learning curve, research, implement, learning curve. You don't have to keep doing that, because you let somebody else do it. So it's great. It moves faster. And I'm sure everyone, when it comes to any type of area in your life that you want to be successful in, you want it to move faster. So the key is to move from control to connection. Stop trying to do everything on your own. Let somebody help you. Move from ego to empowerment. Because most of that stuff is just in our head. It's just, the fears is not everything. It's not everything. It's not. So the third thing, and we moving and grooving. This one is a real intense one, but I mean, like you said, not playing with you this season. Now, the third thing that you can do, take intentional action in community and faith. Because you have to understand that faith without action is just a wish. It's just a want. So the same way that you have corrected your thought, you see how important it is for you to use family. Prove it. Prove it. Get out into the community and start trusting people. Start inviting people in. Let someone offer assistance and say yes. Say yes. What's the worst that can happen? They don't do a good job, and then you let them go. I'm just saying, like, there's an option. There's a no. There's a restart button. There's a lot of different things you can actually still use, but you have to be out there first. Because what happens if the next 3 people that you meet are valuable assets? Just think about your life and your job. Just think about the projects that you have personally, professionally. If the next 3 people that you met were valuable assets, what would that do for you for this next year? How much more would you get done? Like, just think about it. So today, take one bold step toward collaboration. Yes, you get to choose the person. I'm just saying, but keep your eye out to see who God brings your way. Because it may have been somebody that you overlooked. There may be someone that you've never met before at all. And it might be somebody that you're already, really close with, that you just have not let them in this level. You just haven't let them in on this particular area in your life. So just see who God brings to you. Sit still in it and just really, open your heart and your opportunities for, let me just see what's going on. Because we all have discernment. We know when something's not right. And it's different. It's different from being afraid of getting hurt or disappointed versus, something's not sitting good with you. I'm not letting you in here. It's a different feeling. If you don't know the difference, then sit still and figure that one out too. Now, reach out to a peer, a mentor, or a partner that you've been just meaning to connect with. There's a lot of people that God's been trying to get into your life that you just simply haven't actually followed through. Has somebody been on your mind, like this week, last month, this kind of repetitive, and you just haven't got the email out? You haven't sent the phone number, like you haven't called them, or you haven't just walked down to their office or knocked on their door. Is there? Because that means that God has been trying to, especially multiple times. If you done thought about this person multiple times or this organization multiple times, it keeps popping up. When are you going to stop being hard-headed and just follow through? There's something there. There's something for you. There's something for them. So get done. Get it up. Offer some support or share a resource with somebody that in your network. Join a community group. And we have a lot of those. It can be online, it can be in person. I personally still like in person. There's nothing like human connection in person. But whatever works for you, just get a group and align it with your purpose. Like, what is it that you are interested in, passionate about, already working on? And then see what else and who else you can connect with that's around this vision in your head. Come outside of it and really start bringing in the other players. When you start to sow into the community, what you reap will multiply your impact. It just builds the collaboration and currency of the currency of just the kingdom in general, not just the community here. A success. When you start working together, everything flourishes. So now let's go back. If you remember the first thing, identify that I can't do it alone belief. Like, identify it and let it go. You don't have to do it on your own. Replace the independence with interdependence. Working collectively as a group expedites everything, your learning curve as well as your impact. There's plenty to do when you start working together. And there's plenty that you don't have to do when you start working together. And third, take the intentional step to actually reach out to your community and connect. Because right now, I'm telling you, this is not the time to be by yourself. Not right now, with the way the society is going, the way that the government's going, just all of that. I ain't trying to stimulate no triggers. I'm just saying, but the direction that we are going in, this is not the time to be by yourself, no matter if you think so or not. If today's message stirred something in you, then it's time to move differently this season. You can follow me on Instagram _Penny Owens. You can follow me on Facebook at Empowerment Over Sacrifice, or Instagram at United Front Network. Just make sure that this week and next week and every week to come, that you are more intentional, that you are working in alignment with your purpose. We're not wasting any time of any kind. Now, don't forget to share this information and this episode with somebody, a friend, a teacher, a leader, a neighbor, anyone that you feel needs to hear this truth. You're not by yourself. There's plenty of reasons why you should be connecting with other people. Now, we don't have to do this alone. You don't have to walk alone. Walk in your purpose. When purpose meets partnership, impact becomes unstoppable. No one can stop you but you. And I'm just saying, God did not call you to stand alone. He called us, you, to build together. This is Penny Owens, LLC, a leadership empowerment consultancy, personal development, where we empower professionals, small business owners, and corporate teams to live and lead in their authentic purpose, transforming the culture of leadership one heart at a time. Join me every Tuesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time for your weekly refresh and resets. Next week's topic is going to be how to build a stronger leadership mindset, because it starts here. It starts here. Now remember, lead with purpose in your purpose. And I will see you next week on Intentional Tuesdays.